This year, as many as blank scholarships of blank may be awarded. And what's the status of that fund, Jane?
Very good question.
What was the initial, it was like somewhat godly amount of money, 100 or something?
No, it was
160?
160, I think.
wow.
60.
But then we had
And I think you gave out,
4,000.
yeah, so you probably didn't get any interest at maybe a few cents. So it's probably right around that same amount. But I can double check with Tina, she holds the account and find out the exact balance.
And on average, how much do we give out per year since this has been?
It's only been 1 year.
Oh, it's only been
Last
1
year,
year?
yeah.
So it's a
Yes,
whopping 4,000 last year? So
Right.
obviously there needs to be some publication of the available funds.
What do you mean?
No, our decision was to make, no. We decide as a committee how much scholarship money we will make available.
Each year.
Each year.
Yep.
This is a ongoing fund, so we decided as a committee we weren't gonna just give it all out in 1 year.
1 year.
Ideally, it's at least, should at least be, I mean, we're obviously not going to be making enough to keep it at its level, but we are committing capital, but in a reasonable, measured way. So last year we made $4,000 available for as many as 4 scholarships. And the committee decided to give 2 scholarships, and so we gave $2,000 to each of those children. And that's their discretion. Our little subcommittee, which is another discussion we have to have, decides how many scholarships based on the essays that they get, that they would like to award.
Got it.
So.
I would propose that we do what we did like last year. $4,000.
For as many as 4 scholarships.
I mean, do we have a subcommittee process in place?
No, but I think everybody last year indicated that they would be willing to do it again, and I would certainly be in favor of asking the same people. So that would be, I believe I contacted Fran Gorman, and I'll certainly be willing to do that again. And I think you contacted Nora Santamore.
And I did it.
You did, so you want to contact Nora Santamore and see if she would be willing again? And then our third was?
It was just the 3 of us, yeah, myself.
Oh, you were on.
And I was on.
And so you're willing to do it again? Okay. So,
That's what you get, Michelle.
so that's,
Another subcommittee.
Oh, wait till you hear what we voted for you.
and so prior, so we will need to publicize this according to our policy prior to April 1st of each calendar year. And Jeanette has the whole, she has that down. She has that down, the whole process. So last year we sent out a press release, which was 1 paragraph, just letting people know where the applications would be available, and as many as 4 scholarships of at least $1,000 may be awarded. So, now the only change that was suggested by the subcommittee last year, Fran Gorman suggested that because there's a preference may be given, doesn't have to be given, but may be given to students who are applying to Rhode Island School of Design or a similar 4-year fine arts institution, that Fran suggested that we put into the application that if they want to send copies of artwork, that would be welcome. And they did last year anyway, you might remember. Yeah. So is anybody not comfortable with that? That's just a change in the application. I can make that change and give it to Jeanette. Anybody not, wording such as, after the sentence now currently reads, preference may be given to students seeking to attend Rhode Island School of Design or a similar 4-year fine arts institution. Such applicants are welcome to submit copies of artwork with their applications.
That's on the application.
Right, with
Okay.
the application.
Yeah, well, changing the policies.
Yeah, no, it's not a change to the policy.
Right,
It's a change to the application that is attached to the policy.
That's fine.
What about students who would go to a fine arts institution for music?
Well, the fund, remember the preference,
Oh, this will be fun. Go ahead.
Elizabeth Stone's preference was for fine arts students such as Rhode Island, actually I think she just said Rhode Island School of Design. Certainly it would be at the, certainly it would, yeah, it certainly would be at the discretion of the subcommittee. Yeah. to define what they see as arts.
Are you trying to tell me that music's not a fine art?
No, I'm not. I said it would be at the discretion of the subcommittee. I'm trying to not have Elizabeth Stone roll over in a grave, okay? So the subcommittee will do that.
She's specific.
Honor the request.
Right.
And
But
perhaps
she also,
cover
did
this,
she
the
also,
dollar figure we have.
wasn't there something in the will about,
160?
or in her, about just fine arts institution? She didn't say, she said such as, that's why we wrote it like that in the policy. I mean, our policy's
Right.
reflecting,
Right.
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. The subcommittee can read that language however they want.
That's right, so if student work it would be accepted, it would be an MP3 file.
All right, so do you want me to add, such applicants are welcome to submit copies of artwork or,
Or just student work,
Or no, artistic, they're artistic, yeah, student work.
appropriate student.
Right.
all right, of student work. Okay.
Well, because it also says in our policy here that we will post this stuff at local career technical high schools, which are not, you know, with all due respect to career technical high schools, are not known for their fine arts department.
No, because it's just preference may be given, may be given.
I'm just
Totally
making
at the
sure we're saying
discretion of
maybe.
the subcommittee.
Where,
It
that's
says
where the
maybe.
high school students are, if they might be attending, you know,
I got you.
a technical school.
I'm just keeping that maybe wide open.
Well, it's right there, it's in black and white, maybe given. Okay, that I said it would be short and sweet, it was short and sweet. So I will,
Do we need
send,
to vote on that or anything, or on the?
on the 4,000, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to have the scholarship dollar amount be $4,000 for as many as 4 scholarships?
So moved.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll send Jeanette an electronic copy of the application. Okay.
I'm contacting Nora, and what else do we need to do? Should we schedule this, or?
Yeah,
Would this be,
the applications are due May 15th, so
Once the applications are in,
you guys
we'll hear
decide.
from most likely Jeanette.
Yeah, Jeanette will give you packets. I believe last year she gave you each a packet with the names crossed out so you didn't know whose it was.
Just as a point of reference, how many applied last year?
6? Okay. I think that's right.
I was hoping more than 2, that's all I was.
Yes, certainly more than 2. Certainly more, I think it was 6.
Okay. The last item on our agenda for tonight is the high school review timetable process. BJ, you asked this to be put back on the agenda. Can I ask a question first before you do?
Certainly.
Okay. Do we know, first of all, am I correct that Narragansett has not contacted us to set up the meeting for discussing their
We
financial?
did receive a letter thanking us.
Yeah. So we will need to contact them to ask to meet with them when they are ready with their financial information. NK, on the other hand, we won't be talking financial information until we figure out how the chart of accounts is playing out. Can you give us a guesstimate as to when we'll really have a handle on how that worked for a year?
Right now, we're just, they gave us the price for next year in the old format.
Right.
So I think it was gonna, the Department of Ed has not come out with how that's gonna be shown yet, because I think they're still running it through the data warehouse, because they have half the people on Insight and half on the new UCOA, so I think we're just gonna use that for this year, and then maybe next year they might have something.
Okay.
Before they give us the figure.
So it's not
next.
imminent, we wouldn't be having like a conversation this summer?
No.
Okay.
Well, then, I mean, doesn't it make sense to not talk to Narragansett until we have the, I don't want to be trying to compare one set of numbers and.
Well, then you're talking a year though.
Right.
Well,
But it seems like we should all be talking about the same.
I mean, Narragansett's number's gonna
no?
be commensurate, I mean, are they gonna be in the same format as what
We don't know what
where you-
Narragansett is gonna be
I think
suggesting.
Narragansett was just gonna suggest a
Or just a
formula,
dollar?
or,
Oh, okay.
or how they were going to come up with it.
So
I
we
think
could
we
compare
still-
the formula, they're gonna suggest a formula that's comparable to what we're doing now with using
I mean,
the
we don't
insight
know.
numbers?
We didn't
No.
ask them for anything in any particular, they were just gonna